Good morning, friends. My makeup's kind of looking blah, so I'm hoping this will fix it. I'm pretty sure it will. And yeah, we're going to do a makeup tutorial live. Good morning. Save this makeup tutorial for the next time you want to get like dressed up, but maybe you're in a hurry. Because it's actually really easy, but I feel like it looks like you really like took your time and it's like dressy or something, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, good morning. That's not gonna work. We're gonna use the Dune palette, shade Chili in the liquid lipstick, and maybe a pencil eyeliner. I'm not sure. Hi, Mom. Oh, I think I might be on the wrong page. Let's check. Oh no, we're on the right page. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Weekend still went by way too fast. Even with a long weekend, I'm like, no. And I have like a lot of work to do this week, which I mean, I guess that's good because it makes the day go by a little bit faster, but you know what I mean. It's like, a lot. Okay, well, I guess we might not be doing eyeliner because I can't find where I put them. Okay, we're going to do eyeliner in the shade Ink. That's going to, like, really dress it up, so skip that step if you want it a little bit lighter. I'll kind of tell you throughout, like, there's steps that you can skip or add to make it more or less dramatic. So just keep that in mind. Any of these steps, really, you can do less or more, or even just cut it out completely if you just want something a lot more, like, natural or subtle looking. So tan. I've honestly barely been in the sun because, but thank you. I did go to the lake one weekend, so I'm sure it's from that or just a couple hours I get outside today. But Montana apparently thinks that it should only be nice during the week, and then every weekend it's like windy or raining or cloudy. And I don't understand it, but it drives me nuts. Alright, we're going to use the Dune palette. This is probably my favorite eyeshadow palette that I pick up constantly. It's all matte, but it just makes such good looks, and it works really well with other eyeshadows. As you can tell, this is one of my favorite colors, so let's change it up slightly today and go in with Star Anise. I don't know, that's just the one right above it. And any fluffy brush will work. You're going to go right in the crease with a fluffy brush. So when you have a fluffy brush and you kind of go back and forth like this, it kind of sounds like someone was here. Anyways, it's naturally going to distribute your product above and below that crease, so it's going to kind of spread it out for you. I feel like I might have had a little bit of like a darker eyeshadow left on this, but that's okay. I wiped it off, so maybe not. Maybe this color is just darker than I thought. Oh, it's raining. So maybe it is bad on a Monday for once. Okay, but basically when you have a big fluffy brush and you put it in the crease, it's going to make your product go higher and lower. So it'll naturally kind of disperse it, and then I just drag whatever's left across my lid. I typically never put eyeshadow all the way up to my brow. I feel like that just kind of gets a little bit heavy on the eye, but I guess whatever suits your fancy you can totally do. Personally, I don't, but yeah. Anyways, then you can take your pencil liner. This is a step you can skip. So if you want it a little bit lighter, a little less dramatic, skip this step. If you want it a little bit more smoky eye, a little more glam, this is a really easy way to do that. You're going to take your pencil liner, go right in the waterline and tightline your eye. This is in the shade Ink, which I think is either black or like really close to black. You can honestly do this with any color. It could be navy blue, could be black, could be brown. It'll honestly look really pretty with everything. I do this even with lighter colors like Nudesicle or Cloudless, just to kind of add like a fun little different pop. But since we're doing kind of more dramatic today, we're going to go with Ink since that's a darker color. And it looks kind of crazy at first. Like you think you're like, what is this girl back in 2005? No. Go right on that lower lash line. Okay. And then you're just going to take that same brush and the same color, that you put on your lid, or you can change up the color if you want. Like I said, this is really versatile. I'm just going to go in with the same one. And I'm going to go right into that liner, and I'm literally going to drag this back and forth. And see how this is actually going to get a lot lower than you think? I think that kind of like freaks a lot of people out, but I promise it's going to look really good. Because it's just kind of supposed to look smudgy, smoky, messy. And my eyes always water really bad, and this is like one of those techniques where even if they water, like it kind of just almost helps it look even more smoky or more smudgy. So if you are in the watery eye club like me, you have nothing to worry about. And you're just going to smudge it back and forth. And you can do this as much or as little as you want. If you want it a little bit more dramatic, you could also put eyeliner a little bit lower, because that's going to kind of make this even darker and smudge it out even more. But I take this color all the way to the tear duct. Seeing how my eyes are watery, I just remembered that I forgot to fix my blush. My eyes started watering like right when I put my makeup on. Hey girl, hey Melody, I've missed you too. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Did you guys have fun? Anything exciting happen? Give me the gossip. Alright, so because we are going to be a little bit more dramatic, and this is a really fun and easy way to make your eye color pop. We're going to take some of this maroon, and like you could change this color depending on what your eye color is. Reds, oranges, colors like that are really good for making blue eyes pop. I don't know where I just put that brush, so we're just going to go like this. But you could do this, like, say if you had green eyes, you could, maroon actually is a really good color for green eyes, but you could take, like, purple. I always think blue looks really good on brown, so does purple. You could take, like, the navy blue, or if you want to keep it neutral, you could just do the gray. But I'm going to take some of this, either the orange or the maroon would be really good for blue eyes, and maroon would also be good for green eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the four corners of my eyes. So the little contrast of color is going to kind of help make my eyes pop and bring the attention there. And then by doing like the tiniest wing, I'm not actually good at wings, so I kind of just take a brush and like use my lower lash line as a guide and kind of drag it out. But yeah, either way, it'll kind of help add that shape. That's why I don't really do a lot of like liquid eyeliner and stuff, because I'm just not very good at getting it precise. So I like doing these kind of looks better because it's supposed to be like a little bit messier. So basically just think the four corners of your eye. You can skip the wing if you want. It's just going to elongate the eye. But if you are kind of like me where you're iffy on wings, skip that. But do not skip this, which I feel like a lot of people do, which is taking that same brush and putting it in your tear duct. So you're going to go on the upper and the lower, and you're going to make that kind of a cat eye. You can connect these if you want. I have a partially hooded eye, so I don't really need like anything extra right there. And I personally kind of like to just smudge it out with my finger. But if you want it super precise, just take your time, probably get your brush wet and like really draw it in. But because I'm not really big on precision when it comes to makeup, I usually just kind of like smudge it so that it's like supposed to be more messy looking. You know what I mean? Watch the fireworks downtown and being lazy, need to do schoolwork, but haven't been feeling well. Oh my gosh, that stinks. But yay for fireworks. And plus my eyes always water like a ton. I actually used a new skincare this morning, so I kind of think that's why they might be like even worse today. But yeah, it's nothing new. That's for sure. My eyes water so bad too, especially one especially does. I feel like both of mine do, but like this one's watering right now. But maybe this one maybe comes down a little bit more. I don't know. It's definitely frustrating. But it is what it is. So we're definitely going waterproof mascara today. That's for sure. Okay, I'm just doing the 4 corners, and then I did the wing, which again is extra dramatic. If you just want to draw attention to the eye and like make the eye color pop without that little bit of like extra drama, do the 4 corners like I'm doing here with the color that's going to make your eyes pop, but skip the wing. So just end it like right here. You know what I mean? My eyes are watering, so it is making it like really difficult, but I guess we're just gonna get that extra smudgy punk look today. And we're just gonna make it work. I wonder if you have that dry eye syndrome like Grandma. I don't think so, because my eyes never feel dry. Hey, Desiree. And hers, I remember she'd like squeeze them shut because they were like burning, which I guess my eyes do burn, but they never feel like dry. So I don't know, maybe I do, but I think they're just like, it's hard to say. It is annoying though. That's for sure, especially when you're trying to do makeup. Okay, we're gonna save mascara for a minute so that maybe these will kind of dry out. I'm gonna kind of like smudge these since they did get wet with my teary eyes, but look at how like blue that made my eyes look, and then it just looked a little more snatched. I'm gonna kind of smudge this and then we'll maybe redo the wing, but my eyes are just watering so bad that I don't think it's gonna work, but once we get our mascara on, I should be able to fix it. So yeah, fun times. Let's put a little blush on because my eyes were watering before this. Where did I put my blush though? That's the question. Anyways, we're gonna make it work. So if I can make it work with my eyes watering 24/7, you can definitely make this work. They're not watering 24/7, they're just watering really bad today. I love your t-shirt. Thank you, Melody. I actually got it like forever ago from Walmart. But I like it too. Okay, there, we've got our cheeks fixed. Now, again, this is another, we're kind of like doing more or less dramatic so I can like tell you guys. I know this looks really weird because I don't have my mascara on yet, but I gotta try to let these dry out a little bit. Anyways, for more drama or like dressier, do a red lip. If you want it a little bit more like casual looking, do a nude lip. We're gonna put it all together today, like a full dressy thing, except for obviously maybe not the wing if I can't get these eyes to stop watering. But we're gonna go in with the shade Chili. This is in the liquid lipstick. It's one of my absolute favorites. I love a red lip in the summer, like when you're on a tropical vacation, you're super tan, anything like that. It's like literally the best. I know most people save these for Christmas, but I like it for both. And actually I like it in the summer even better. And this shade is perfect. It's super bright. Not like that like more rich red, but like the fun bright red. It makes your teeth look super white. And anytime you wear a red lip, it just looks more dressy. Oddly enough, I don't know if this is real or not because I've never really looked that much into it, but I've seen like posts on Facebook and like TikToks and stuff where they've actually done like studies on colors, and one of the things was like red lipstick makes women seem more like intimidating or like confident, I guess, depending on the person. And I kind of agree with that. So if you don't have a good red lip, it's one of the few things that I think every woman needs in her little stack of stuff, so that when the time comes that you need it, you've got it. And this is my favorite one. It's super long lasting. I won't say it's transfer proof, but it's definitely very transfer resistant, meaning it doesn't like wipe off easily or anything. The color is, I think it's 24-hour wear, and I believe it. When I wash my face at the end of the day, my lips will practically be like perfect. Obviously, yes, they're gonna like wear throughout the day or whatever from like eating and stuff, but like, you can very much see that I'm wearing red lipstick. It's not like you're, like, barely seeing the lipstick. Like, it's definitely there. So yeah, anyways, that's my favorite one. Let's put the mascara on, and then we'll try to fix up the eyes a little bit, thanks to how much they're watering today. But I want to do mascara first, because if I start making them really watery again, it's going to be harder to put mascara on, where right now the water is contained into my eyeball. I feel finding a red for my skin tone. This one is so good, Melody. I feel like what a lot of people do is they get a cool tone red, which is like with a blue undertone, more of like that rich, deep red. And I feel like that washes a lot of people out, because even for me, like a blue tone, red, which is, like I say, that darker, like richer, Christmassy type red. Well, I guess this is kind of a Christmas red because it's like super bright. Anyways, that always like washes me out. It makes me look really pale, where this is like a bright kind of orangey red, and I feel like it lightens, like it brightens up the face and stuff. I am going to come back and do a makeup tutorial with you guys once I get off of here. I feel like this right now is gonna look a little out of place since we did every single thing to make it more dressy. But hopefully with some hair we can kind of like balance it out. Good morning, Jody. I think I was early today, actually. I have a few videos I need to make. This is just the Comfortable Smudge Proof Waterproof Mascara. I love the waterproof one. But anyways, I think I was a little early because I have a few videos I need to make today, and I have to go to work after that, so yeah. Which red is that again? I missed it. It's the shade Chili. Good morning, Jerry. How are you? But I will be live again this morning because I'm going to go blow dry my hair, and then I'm going to come back and do another video on the Leduo Flex. I like basically just figured out how to really use that and like what technique works for me, so I'm kind of obsessing with it. I actually did it again on Saturday. My husband was in a cornhole tournament, and him and his brother actually won it, but anyways, I wanted to go live Saturday with it, but I didn't get to because we ended up going like 2 hours before we thought we were going to for the parade, or like an hour and a half. So I did use it, but I had to just fix my hair really, really fast, and I knew if I got on live, I would probably take longer. But I curled my whole head in like 10 minutes, and honestly, it looked really good. It ended up raining like pretty much the whole time we were there, so I basically just had my hair in like this giant mop on the top of my head. I wish it was giant. I have thin hair, like finer hair, thin hair. But you know what I mean. Like, it was basically just a huge mess by the end of it, but it looked so good before that. So I want to show you guys the technique I did. Jerry, I think I already said good morning, but just in case, good morning. I kind of been like dreading Mondays lately. I think it's just because it's summer though. Like, I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? When you're just like, oh my gosh. I love the idea of wearing red lip in summer. Not sure I'm bold enough to. Honestly, try it. That's my favorite time to wear a red lip. I think because in the winter, usually I'm like a lot paler. I actually love a red lip with like barely any other makeup on, like just a really simple foundation and like mascara, no eyeshadow or anything, or if like anything, just maybe a little touch of bronzer, but not like this more dramatic looking eyeshadow. But anyways, I just wanted to do this tutorial today. But I actually think a red lip looks so good when you're like kind of tan and like, I don't know, in the summer my skin's usually clearer. Probably because I don't use as much like junk and stuff, and I just get more sun. But I'm telling you, try it. Everybody like saves a red lip for a holiday party, but I really think you should try it this summer. It's my favorite time to wear a red lip. Thanks, Jerry. Oh, thanks, Melody. Okay. Oh, let's try to fix our wings a little bit. Honestly, my eyes are just really extra hypersensitive today, so probably a waste of time, but we'll try it. So again, I'm not a big wing person. I'm not very good at it, but what I do is I basically use my lower lash line as like my guide for where to go, and then I just basically connect it to the upper one, and that's it. And then I drag it like maybe a quarter of the way through my eye. A lot of times I just leave the center of my eye totally blank because I do have a partially hooded eye, so I don't really want to like overdo it on the top where it just like weighs my eye down and makes it look heavy. I just want it to like elongate the shape and make it look a little bit more snatched, if that makes sense. And I feel like that can have kind of a fine line if you have a hooded or partially hooded eye. But I would say if you haven't tried this, try it both ways. The one thing, everybody wants to skip doing their eyeliner right here, and I swear, try it. Once you get that mascara on, you're going to be like, okay, I can see it now, like that shape. But yeah, okay, I think that's our final makeup look. I'm going to blow dry my hair, and then, hey Robin, how are you? I will be back for a hair tutorial. If anybody asks, this blush is in the shade Almond Fruit. I sometimes will get asked like after I get off live, and then I'm kind of like guessing because I don't remember if it's like a different day, you know, that they ask. So it's Almond Fruit. Good morning, Robin. I think I said that already. Here's our dressy look. It could look kind of grunge if we like left the hair like this, but we're not going to do that. We're going to curl our hair with the Duo Flex. So if you want to come hang out with me again, all I'm going to do is blow dry my hair really quick. I think that's it. And then I'll pretty much be right back. So good morning, Deborah. If you want to hang out again, I'll be back in like, let's just say 15-ish minutes. Oh, maybe, yeah, 15-ish, because I was going to record a little short tutorial for those of you that don't like the live and you just like to watch like a short pre-recorded video, so that I can have the technique in short form, as in like a video under a minute, and then also we'll do a live so that it's very like step by step and you guys can really see like every single thing that I'm doing, for those of you that prefer that. But yeah, anyways, come hang out with me in like 15 minutes or so if you want to. Just throwing in some emoji. I have Ophir linked above and below. We only really did 3 products today, or 4 I guess. Chili lipstick, eyeshadow palette in Dune, inked pencil liner, and then the waterproof mascara, which is my favorite waterproof mascara of all time. But yeah, anyways, I hope these tips help, and I'll see you guys here in a bit. Bye, girls. Thanks, Robin.